Okay, let's talk about what really builds a country's future. You know, when you boil it all down, a lot of people would say it's education, right? Well, today we're going right to the heart of it in Ghana. We're going to look at the incredible network of places that create every single teacher, the nation's colleges of education.
So let's just jump right in with a question for you. How many of these places, these special colleges just for training teachers, do you think Ghana has? Come on, take a guess. 10? Maybe 20?
Nope, it's 46. 46. And you know, that's way more than just a number. It's a huge statement. It tells you just how serious the commitment is to building education from the absolute ground up.
And get this, these 46 colleges, they're not all bunched up in one city. No way. They're actually spread out all over the country across 5 different zones. This makes sure that every single region gets access to top-notch teacher training. They really are the bedrock, the absolute foundation for the whole country's teaching workforce.
So yeah, this is Ghana's Teacher Foundation. It's exactly what it sounds like. This is where that whole journey gets started.
So what's their real job? I mean, what do they do? Well, think of them kind of like workshops, not for wood or metal, but for minds and spirits. It's not just about signing up for classes. They are literally shaping and molding these students into the amazing, skilled teachers who are going to guide the next generation.
Okay, so how does that actually happen? How do you go from being just a student to a real-deal educator? Let's take a look.
First things first, you got to know your stuff, right? So the curriculum is solid. You're talking literacy, numeracy, science, social studies, all the core subjects. But you know what really stands out to me? Inclusive education. That's not just some buzzword tacked on at the end. It's a core subject, right there with the others. It means they're training teachers from day one to handle the needs of every kid in the classroom. That's huge.
And this right here is the secret sauce. Because look, anyone can know a subject, right? You can be a genius in math or history. But knowing how to teach it, that's a completely different ballgame. And that's the magic of these colleges. They bridge that gap. They don't just teach the what, they master the how.
And we're not talking about just sitting in a lecture hall reading textbooks. No, this is all about getting your hands dirty, real, practical experience. It's about learning how to do more than just read from a lesson plan. It's about figuring out how to genuinely inspire a kid, how to light that little fire in their mind.
So once they graduate, they walk out with more than just a piece of paper, more than a certificate. They're carrying something much, much bigger. They're carrying the torch.
Just listen to this for a second. These teachers carry knowledge like a torch, lighting up the future of Ghana. Wow. I mean, that just says it all, doesn't it? Their whole job is to light the way, to guide, and to pass that flame of knowledge on.
And that impact? It's like a ripple in a pond. Of course, it starts right there in the classroom with a single lesson. But then it grows. It becomes about mentoring students one-on-one. And before you know it, it's creating real, lasting change for the whole community. So now, let's zoom out. Imagine not just one of these teachers, but thousands of them, all carrying that torch. That's when you really start to see how you can shape an entire nation.
And you can actually see the chain reaction here. It's so clear. It starts with just one teacher. Just one. But that one teacher inspires a whole classroom. That classroom helps build a stronger community. And when you add up all those strong communities, and what do you get? A brighter nation. It's an incredible, powerful domino effect.
So when you trace it all back, the whole journey of a nation's education, it really does start right here, in these colleges. By shaping one teacher at a time, they are, in a very real way, shaping the entire country.
So, hey, the next time you walk past the school or even think about education, just remember this whole journey. Remember what it takes to get from being a student to being a teacher, and that torch they carry into every single classroom.
Which leaves us with one big question to think about. After seeing that whole chain of impact, from a single classroom all the way up to an entire nation, what is the true value of just one great teacher? It's something to chew on. Thanks for digging into this with us.